I took my lovely client Jenny from $300 a month to over $20,000 a month in only 3 months, with more than 95% profit and less than $1,000 in ad spend while she was working a full-time job. And I promise you, we didn't change her niche to something more scalable. We didn't make her do any cold outreach or some insane money back guarantee, and we didn't drop a single percentage in profit margin. We just built the right system around what she was already worth, and today I'm gonna break down exactly how we did it. So yeah, I'm Esben and I help coaches get predictable clients into their business through content, ads and appointment setting. And I've actually also put out a full breakdown of another client of mine on this channel, Shineri, who went from absolute $0 to generating over $15,000 in around 30 days as a women's health coach. So please go give that video a watch after this, because the two cases are very different and you will learn a lot from seeing both of them. So here is exactly where Jenny were when we first spoke. Jenny is a cake business coach, so she helps bakers and cake makers build predictable and real businesses. She's been in the baking industry for over 25 years at this point, but she had a $30 monthly membership with around 20 members in her offer, and most of them had joined at like a launch price at only $15, so they weren't even paying the full price. She was running like 4 group calls a month, everything handled by her, and around only $300 a month in profit from her business at the time. And I want you to hear from her what she said about where she was before.
Like, because in January I was struggling to make, you know, 400 a month and now, yeah.
And keep in mind, this is from someone who had been in the industry for over 25 years. So here's what Jenny wrote down before we started working together in Notion at like the very start of our partnership. Keep in mind, these numbers are in pounds, by the way. So Jenny's 6-month goal was to hit £3,500 a month with 80% profit, and her 12-month goal was £5,000 a month with 80% profit as well. She thought those were really ambitious goals, and for where she was at the point, they genuinely were ambitious. So yeah, keep those numbers in mind, because we're coming back to them at the end of this video. So here is what was actually wrong, because in Jenny's case, it wasn't more effort. Jenny was working extremely hard. It wasn't her expertise, because she had more than almost anyone in her space. It wasn't the content, because she was showing up every day consistently. The problem was Jenny's offer and what the offer was communicating about her business. Because when someone lands on your profile for the very first time, they're unconsciously asking 3 questions, and all 3 they need to be answered clearly before they will ever consider working with you in the first time. So yeah, as you can see here, the first question is, does this solve my actual problem, like my specific problem? That's the yes to the outcome. The second question is, does their approach make sense to me? Like, is there a clear logical path from where I am right now to where I want to be? That's the yes to the method. And the third question is this the right person for me specifically? Like, not just any coach, like this one specific coach. That's the yes to you. And if any of those 3 yeses are unclear, people will leave, guaranteed. Like, it doesn't matter how much traffic you send to your profile. Now, here's why the $3 a month membership was the root of the problem. Like, a $3 membership doesn't communicate a specific transformation. It just communicates access, you can kind of say. Come in and get some calls, you can learn some things. That's not a yes to the outcome. And when the outcome is unclear, the method is unclear, Jenny herself will, with all that expertise, will also become unclear. Because there's nothing specific to attach credibility to. Like, so someone would land on her profiles, they will see like $30 membership, not really understand what transformation they would actually get from it, and then they would leave again. But simply because nothing told them on the profile that this was exactly what they needed. And the tragic part is, if you think about it, Jenny had everything. Like, she had 25 years of experience in the industry. She had opened 2 cake shops, won awards, TV appearance, made a cake for the king, more than £2 million in total cake sales. So the proof was there, the expertise was, and the transformation was actually real. It just wasn't being communicated in a way that made any of it land. And before I go into what the transformation actually looked like, I want to say this is a done-for-you service. Like, we handled the ads, the content, the appointment setup, but Jenny showed up on every single sales call. Like, she trusted the process and executed on everything on her side. So it's also important to say that without none of that, like without all of Jenny's execution, none of this would ever have happened. So the first thing we did with Jenny was to build her a high-ticket one-on-one offer. This wasn't just about a pricing change, this was the thing that made all 3 yeses possible. Because now, suddenly the outcome was really, really specific. Like, here's exactly what changes when you work with Jenny, here's the transformation, here is what it looks like on the other side, you get the point. The method also became really, really clear. You see the structured path from a struggling baker to a real business owner that makes real money, and how like Jenny specifically takes you there. And of course, the last number 3, yes, Jenny herself. Suddenly her 25 years of experience, her 2 cake shops, her awards, TV appearance, and all that credibility had something to attach to. Like, it means something because there was now a specific outcome it was all pointing towards. And once that foundation was in place, it was time to build the whole ecosystem around it. Instagram content that spoke directly to Jenny's audience's biggest pain points, you know, the undercharging they were experiencing, the ghosting, the feeling of working extremely hard and getting nothing in return. She was posting stories every single day, showing proof and building even more trust, YouTube videos, and to let someone spend real time with you before they will ever go on a call with Jenny. Then we turned on profile visit ads, sending the right people, bakers and cake makers who fit Jenny's exact audience directly into her Instagram. So they could follow, consume the content, build trust over time, and then convert when they were ready. The appointment setter was the last piece. He was on commission only. He was having real conversations with the people following Jenny, understanding where they were at, booking the sales calls for Jenny. And Jenny closes herself. She told me that she never wants to convince anyone to work with her. She wants it to feel like the obvious choice for them. And it does feel obvious when the ecosystem is working properly. So by the time someone gets on a call with her, they've already been through the whole journey, you can kind of say. They already know they want to work with her. So the call is simply just to confirm everything. Now let's get into the numbers, and I want to be completely open about this, every single metric on the table. So let me just get through it from top to bottom. So here I'll open the numbers. So yeah, as you can see, total ad spend $976, 1,251 new followers from Jenny's exact target audience landing on her profile. Less than $1 to bring someone into the ecosystem. That's pretty good. 305 new conversations, real conversations between the setter and people in her audience. We offered 45 calls. That's how many times it actually made sense to offer a sales calls to a prospect. Those 45 offered calls turned into 24 booked calls, which resulted in 5 new high-ticket clients for Jenny. Every single one paid in full in this case, actually. So that's less than $200 every time we acquire a client. And the overall numbers is 976 in ad spend, total cash collected 20,229 to be exact. That's a 20.73x return on the ads and a 95.2% profit margin. And think about what less than $200 per acquisition means in this case, when every single client is worth multiple $1,000s for Jenny. And honestly, that number will only get better from here because Jenny will get more reps on the sales calls and her close rate will improve. So she had, as you can see, 1,631 followers when we started. She now has 4,900 followers, and the count will just keep growing from now. So let's get back to the goals she wrote down when we started working together. So as you can see, Jenny's 6-month goal was to make £3,500 a month, and 12-month goal was £5,000 a month. She hit her 12-month goal in only 90 days. And she didn't just hit it, she actually more than tripled it in a single month, her 12-month goal. And she just handed in her notice at work, actually, so she now can go full-time on her business. That's the most beautiful part of all of this. But here's what I actually want you to take from this video, because I think it matters more than any number I've shown you today in this video. One of our recent calls with Jenny, she said something that really stuck with me. She said, this isn't just about the money for me, this is about changing other people's lives and about giving bakers the ability to build something real. And she also said actually that if she won the lottery, she would probably still be doing this work for free because she loves it so much. And I think that's the most beautiful part about all of this, to be honest. So it's important to say that Jenny didn't just build a nice revenue number, even though she did, but she built something that lets her do the work she loves to do, serve the people that she genuinely cares about and live her life on her own terms, right? And her clients feel that, like, they're getting real results. One of them is already sending paid referrals because she is so happy about what Jenny has helped her build. And actually, when we first spoke with Jenny, she was thinking about giving it all up because she had been trying for 2 years without getting anywhere. She invested into us when she had almost nothing to invest. It was a real gamble for her. And actually, it's funny to say that because I know this is still just the beginning for us. So yeah, that was everything for this video. Every single step we took to be able to scale Jenny to $20,000 a month. That's crazy. I hope you learned something from this video, and if you're a coach stuck between 5 to 10K a month and can't figure out why nothing is moving for you, this is exactly what I help with. You can just send me a message on Instagram. My name is right here somewhere. I just want to understand where you're at and see if I can point you in the right direction. So please subscribe if you want to see more of this, and I'll see you in the next one.